Well, hello there, Leo. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your mid-January reading. So this is good from now until mid-February. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with your animal spirit guide. Let's see. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. I absolutely love that card, even though sometimes that can be difficult when we're in between worlds. But there's this hope. You know, the worst is behind us. Some past situation has closed out, and now we're just waiting for the new to come in. And we have the new moon in Aquarius tomorrow on the 21st. So a lovely new energy of expansion, you know. So let's see what we have here. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Yeah. It's kind of like they're saying it's kind of like when you're at the airport and you're waiting for your plane to depart, but you're at the airport and the plane that you're going to get on hasn't yet arrived. Think of it that way, right? You know how they fly in and unload and then reload and then you go out on the same plane, right? So I feel like you're in the waiting area and the plane hasn't come in yet to the gate to disembark or whatever, the passengers that are on it. And you're just kind of like, oh my goodness, is it coming? Am I going to take off on time? Yes, you're going to take off on time. Everything's just exactly how it's supposed to be right now, Leo. All right, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. Yeah, it's kind of really interesting. You know, it's a little bit of that energy too that, you know, when your flight maybe sometimes, you know, has a little bit of a delay at the very beginning and then they make up for it, you know. They get a nice tailwind, or, you know, the airport that you're landing at, you know, has an open gate and you just taxi right in and everything's fine. Yeah, this is lovely. Just absolutely lovely. Look at this. You're manifesting, but you're manifesting from a loving heart. And that is the difference. You know, in the past, you could have been kind of manifesting, but not out of a sense of really truly loving something, right? It's kind of like, well, I don't know. It's kind of like if you, the difference between if you were going to go shopping for a new car and you really had no car in mind, right? You just had to have a new car because you just had to have a new car. I mean, your car was broken or whatever. It was time to go get a new car. And you go to the car dealership and all the cars are kind of like, meh, not really, okay, I just need a car. So you buy whatever, it's kind of like, okay, well, it'll get me to work and back, This is different. Because this is manifesting. This is like buying a new car, but it's because you have been wanting it for some time. Every time you saw it on the road, a car like the one that you wanted, you were just like so excited. You were like, oh my goodness, one day I'm going to have that car. That is the energy that you are stepping into, is understanding that your angels are working on it. They know that this is something that you are wanting, right? Or even just stepping into a new cycle. It could have been a while since something ended and you're kind of like, when is this new going to start? They're just behind the scenes. They're getting everything just in perfect place for you. So it's kind of like you just get to chill for a little bit. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so your present energy, there's that death, right? Okay, so something is ended and you're waiting for something new to begin. But in the meantime, right, you're just kind of like in a holding pattern. And then you have loyal heart. The way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. Okay, so it's about staying true to your heart, understanding that your spirit guides, your angels, are putting things into place behind the scenes. You don't see them happening, okay? But it's stepping into that energy of truly knowing in your heart, with a loving heart, that your spirit guides, angels, source, The universe is working on your side. It's about having a little bit of patience, but also staying in that high vibration, manifesting energy, and not to lower your energy because you feel like it's not going to come in, or saying, okay, well, if I can't have that fancy sports car in red, I guess I'll take it in silver. It's like, no, stay true to what it is that you really want. They're working on it. They're not saying that you have to compromise at all at this time. It's kind of like, no, stay true to what it is that you truly want, because they're working on it. And it's about having a little bit of trust that it's all going to work out for you. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, your heart kind of has been, you're disappointed, a little brokenhearted that something hasn't happened yet, and then, you have the hermit energy. You're the wise one, knowing that the universe, is going to bring in exactly what you want. It's just taking a little time. I think for some of you too, if you have ended a relationship and, perhaps going through divorce proceedings or something like that, it's about staying true to what you know is right for you. And it may mean, okay, that, you're a little bit, perhaps, there's almost this sense that some people in your life could be judging you because you're like, no, this is right. This is, what is fair in this situation, or this is, what's going to help me to move into my next chapter of life, or something like that. It's about kind of standing up for yourself. I'm going to say that. It's about standing up for yourself because you love yourself. It's not because you're being stubborn or anything. It's kind of like, no, I know what I want in my next chapter, and I'm staying true to that. Yeah. Page of Cups, Queen of Wands. Interesting. The Empress is in reverse. I feel like right now, it's a business or a significant relationship. It's kind of taking you out of your own kind of energy. I feel like your confidence has been hit a little bit, and especially because it's taking so long to have the next chapter start, right? Something's ended, there's that transition period, then the new chapter starts. You've been in this transition period for a long time, and perhaps part of that transition period is a lot of negotiating, or just this kind of wait and see type of energy. And you're kind of like, okay, I'll give something up because I just want this new chapter to start. Your spirit guides and angels are saying, no, please. We're working for you. We're trying to get things to work for you. Just stay in alignment with what it is that you truly want. So let's see what your obstacle is. Yeah, you have the Ace of Swords and the never-ending story. I feel like, especially if this is a relationship, you're trying to stay in alignment with your truth, right? But there's somebody else. I feel like you kind of feel like you're up against somebody else, or the judicial system, or, something like that. You're up against somebody else, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, do I just cave so I can start this next chapter, right? And then we have here, your vibration is rising. This is a time of great spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. So that comes back to this, right? It's like, don't allow your vibration to lower just because it's not coming in as quickly. I feel like you're kind of having that spiritual evolution, learning patience, learning to trust your angels, to trust the universe, to know that when you stay in alignment with who you truly are, things work for you. But sometimes it does mean that you have to wait, right? While things are being put together in the background. All right, so stay in that lane, stay true to you. I feel like you might have somebody trying to talk you into something, hey, this next chapter can start if you take this deal. It's a little bit of that energy. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, the Empress in reverse coming out again. Yeah, somebody is really, I'm going to say, Leo, I'm sending you lots of love and hugs. I feel like you almost feel like you're up against the universe. You aren't, and you know that you aren't, right? I know because this is part of your spiritual evolution. But the lesson I feel that you are being asked to learn, to gain wisdom from in this situation is how important it is for us to stay in alignment with who we truly are. To not give up on ourselves, to not give up on our dreams, to not give up on what we know is right for us. Because I feel like you're almost being tested in that energy. And with the Empress here, I feel like it could be a business situation, career situation, family situation, Once again, perhaps a divorce or some type of, it could even be like an inheritance or something like that, where you feel like people are almost like, I don't want to say attacking you, but it could have that type of energy where you feel like nobody is on your side. So yeah, I sent you lots of love and hugs. So let's take a look at what your advice is here so we can see where you can put your energy. Yes, you are correct. You have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. Okay, so once again, I feel like sometimes, these readings are really just to help you have confirmation of something you already know, right? It's about, yes, whatever you have decided, whatever you think is right, whatever you think you're thinking at this time is in alignment with who you are correct, okay? I feel like somebody's trying to convince you otherwise, but you are correct. And then you have flexible and Four of Swords. All right, so this is a lesson of learning how to stick up for yourself and knowing when to be flexible and when not to be flexible. I have 3 grown children, but I used to say, when I have two sons and a daughter, when my one son was going through middle school and high school, he had some different hairstyles. And I remember one of the grandparents, I'll just say it that way, one of the grandparents once said, "Why do you let him do that to his hair? You shouldn't let him do that to his hair." And I was like, you know what? There's a lot of battles that we have to fight with kids sometimes. That's just not one battle that there are other things that are more important to me, right? And I was like, it's only hair. And he was changing his hair quite often. So I always knew, oh, you got a new hairstyle, just went with the flow, right? Because I knew that there were other things that, and he was a great kid. He really was a great kid. But it was kind of like there were other things that that were important to me as a mom, okay, for my child to do, to be polite and kind to other people, to help other people, right? To go to school and do his best, right? And it was just kind of like, yeah, the hair, it doesn't matter. So I feel like it's kind of like that. I feel like in this situation, you are thinking about caving to what somebody else wants. But I feel like it's been a pattern where sometimes you give in to this person. This is a time not to give in. It's just like my son, right? I gave in to the hair because I didn't really care. Right? I honestly didn't care. There were some times where I was like, but I never said anything, right? And then there were other times where I was like, no, we don't do that in this family, right? This is what we stand for. Our family stands for this. This is our family's alignment, if you will, right? And I picked those battles. So this is the time. Okay, Leo, the moral of the story is this is the time to stand up, right? This is a battle. This is your battle, okay? Sometimes you can be flexible. Yeah, look at what popped out. The Ace of Swords. You know your truth. You know your truth. And you know that you are correct. You have that confirmation right here. You are correct. Somebody could be trying to gaslight you. Yeah, you have the strength. Look at these cards are popping out. I'm not even pulling cards. Yeah, you have the strength. You know what you know. You know what your truth is. And I feel like somebody is trying to convince you otherwise. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Love yourself. Love yourself. Put yourself first in the situation. You have the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Protect yourself. This may take a little bit of time, but protect yourself. Yeah. One more, please. Tower. King of Swords, Fool. Okay, you have the new beginning coming in. Okay, you're in the middle of this. You're still kind of in the middle of that transition, and I'm really sorry. I feel like you've already had the Tower. You know, the relationship is ended, the career is ended, whatever. You know, you've kind of had that, but you have the King of Swords. It is about staying very clear about what outcome you are expecting. But it's really and seriously, it's about standing up for yourself, okay? Being really clear about who you are and standing up for yourself, because your new beginning is about to start. And it is going to be glorious. It really and truly is. Yeah, I'm just going to send you lots of love and hugs, because, you know, the Strength card, you're showing up in your own reading. It's about staying true to you. You know, and I feel like there's somebody in your life or some people in your life that are trying to convince you to not, to say, oh, it's just hair. Sometimes it is just hair. Sometimes it's not. Okay, so what do we have here? Am I consistently showing up? Okay, I think they want you to consistently show up in this situation. Some trade their dreams for comfort. Your comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. Yeah, and I think you know what your dream is. It's whatever you're dealing with here, right? It's in alignment with who you are and who you are becoming. It's staying true to that, consistently showing up. You know, if there's negotiations, right? It's kind of like, I mean, in the end, maybe you have to negotiate a little bit, but really and truly make sure that even those negotiations are still in alignment with who your core values stand for, who you are, what alignment you are in. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave it there. I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. And I do wish you so much love and light in this situation. I'm going to keep you in my thoughts and prayers that this moves through quickly for you, and that you have the outcome that you're really looking for. All right, well, I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.